Well, we're going to do a little red carpet roundup of the stars people are talking about. First, Johnny Depp looked very different without a goatee and a mustache. Hold on, let me just take it in. Oh, yeah, big time difference. Okay, all right, that was in New York. So here's Johnny as we're used to seeing him and his freshly shaved face. Wow, I prefer the facial hair. Then there's Bennifer. Okay, they're back in black.
It is a great photo.
Yep, Ben and Jen attended their first event as a married couple. They were in LA for the Ralph Lauren show. Speaking of couples.
Ben, I'm wearing black, so are you.
Yes, kindred spirits.
So are who?
That's what she told him.
Oh, really?
Did you get it? I was imitating her.
Well, it didn't sound like it.
It sounded exactly like Jade from the block.
Speaking of couples, Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin were at a different fashion event. It's their first public outing since calling off their divorce.
I'm so happy for them.
Me too. Good for them.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger reunited on the red carpet 28 years later after their movie True Lies. They shared a friendly kiss at Jamie Lee's hand and footprint ceremony at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
Can I just say True Lies was a phenomenal film.
Now there's a new series coming out starring Ginger Gonzaga from She-Hulk. It's a lot of hoopla. A lot of people are excited. I used to waitress with her. She's about to blow up. My former little waitress is about to blow up. She's going to be Jamie Lee Curtis in the new True Lies series. It's a big deal.
You mean She-Hulk, being a lawyer, Hulk, didn't blow her up?
Well, no, it didn't blow. She's not the main star in She-Hulk. She's the main star in True Lies.
Because it sounds like it stinks.
You know what I was thinking as we were looking at those photos? It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know, we look at, Arnold and Jamie Lee, and then Bennifer's back after this big long layover. And Sly Stallone and his wife are back together, and we're still talking about them. They're still leading off our entertainment chunk. It's just so interesting how people just stay in the public consciousness for decades.
Look at Al getting all philosophical.
I know. Wow.
Got a message for us for the weekend, buddy?
Yeah.
Tell it.
Go with grace.
Oh, go with grace. It's beautiful.
I don't know what that means.
What does it mean? Yeah.
Always choose the graceful route.
That's what I love saying. She backs me up. She will check me later. Got my back.
All right.
Okay, so George Clooney is known for pulling epic pranks on his celebrity friends. On the Jimmy Kimmel Show, he recently said he pulled a fast one on Brad Pitt and Meryl Streep. He got a hold of Brad's stationery and sent Meryl a note. Watch.
Yeah, I saw Meryl Streep the other night. I sent her a letter years ago with a bunch of CDs that were Dialect Coach. And I sent it from Brad, a bunch of CDs to Meryl Streep. They said, this guy helped me with my accent in Troy. I thought maybe he could help you. And Meryl said she avoided Brad for like 5 years.
That's hilarious. Okay, so a few years ago, Matt Damon revealed that George pranked him on the set of Monuments Men by having the wardrobe department take in his pants 1/8 of an inch every other day to make him think he was gaining weight.
That's good.
I love stuff like this.
That's really smart.
The second one was funny. The first one, I had a little bit of a problem with. It's just like, because he didn't complete the joke, he let it sit there for 5 years. And if you send somebody that's an actor, ways to work on their accent, it's an insult, especially if there's no payoff at the end. Like, oh, we got you.
But Meryl Streep's Academy Award winning. She's not going to feel insulted by it, in my opinion.
But would you wonder what you said there? I bet she's not insulted, but was there a movie they could have been in together that she gave up because of that situation?
They're fine.
You think?
They're both fine, in my opinion.
You wouldn't be insulted?
I would be so insulted.
If I took Sam's phone and I text you, Jeff, here's a link to how to read the prompter better because we both know, and then never said, hey, that was me, and now Sam's like, why is Jeff being weird? Like, I would just think like you need to. I'm not saying don't do the prank. It's a good prank. Just like.
But how often do they see each other? I don't know. I think it's funny. He also took stationery from the White House. Yeah, because
do it. Tell him.
So and sent it to other actors, saying that you were like he was Bill Clinton. Be like, I really loved your movie. Love Bill Clinton.
Who took the stationery? George Clooney
had the White House Bill Clinton stationery. That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Now,
I didn't explain that well enough?
No, you didn't. You kind of like, it was a little, well, no, I didn't explain it much better.
No, I just didn't know who he was. Was it Brad Pitt or George Clooney?
I told you the story of the last show.
I didn't know if it was George Clooney or Brad Pitt.
Who has their own stationery, by the way? Let's bring it there.
Tori does.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
No, it's not. I don't understand.
Who are you?
I'm a person who writes thank you notes because I was raised as a person.
Have you ever seen her?
Nope, never got a thank you.
6 years?
Patty, I've written you a thank you note on that stationery. It's embossed.
Patty's not agreeing.
No, Patty's thank you notes are dope because they're just like cool, generic. thank you notes, but then she takes hot wax
and she seals
the letter with hot wax.
But Patty's a boss.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What am I?
You're an employee.
Oh, I'm on this table next to you. I'm just as good as you.
I'm also an employee, and I don't have my own stationery because I'm not an embarrassing person.
Can I, speaking of Jeff pranked me like 4 seasons ago where he put a whole thing of earring backings in my snow boots, and still to this day,
well thought out.
Though I dump those snow boots out all the time, I will always have 1 or 2 earring backings in there, without a doubt.
That's a good prank.
Do you know I love a good prank? I prank my brother-in-law like every time I see him, and I love pranking people, but I'm now with the dynamic of where we are in society, and I'm not even joking, I feel like I'm a little nervous about pranking people. I'm like, this person might get offended or that, and I can't do it anymore.
You have to.
Yeah. No, you
can't.
Your car. You can't have to because you can lose your job over something like that now. It's really gotten out of control. That's how I feel.
His car in stickers. Did you know it was me?
No, you did that to my car too.
No, I know.
She just said that.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at Jeff.
I said I covered your car in stickers.
Yeah, and then it was tough to get those stickers off because then those stickers then burned onto the windshield.
No, they were the puffy ones that kids use. I would never do the really adhesive stickers. That would be rude. I did the puffy ones where you literally blow and they come off.
They were.
Well, you used
still adhesive.
You used to put your dental floss in my coffee. That's not a good prank.
That was gross.
Not right.
That was Al.
No, I was pointing it at Al.
All right, good. I want to clear that up.
And then Jeff, I think, was filling in for me, and then it all got blamed on me. So I'll take 1 or 2 of those, but I'm looking over.
But we don't do it anymore.
Well, today's not over yet.
All right, let's talk about Mark Wahlberg, because he apparently is done with Hollywood. Back in April, he listed his Beverly Hills home for $87 million. That's insane. And he moved his family to Nevada. He told The Talk he moved to California years ago to pursue acting, but said he only made a couple of movies in LA his entire time there. That makes sense for actors, right? If you're not auditioning, you can live anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I think of Robert Redford for some reason. He always went to Sundance and created Sundance Ranch, and that's where you get the festival. And it's like, he just got to get out of there, because once you're famous in LA, it's a very different place. They're all over you.
I would think aren't people going to be all over him wherever he goes?
No, why do you think Dave Chappelle is in the middle of Ohio? Because he doesn't want to go get coffee, and people be like, Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle.
I would argue that most people that's right. Now, most people in Los Angeles, I would think, would live there because they are famous, and it's much less of a big deal if you say, oh, Rihanna goes to the same Starbucks I do. I think more, rather than if that was Cincinnati, Ohio, where that it could cause literally a riot in the mall if you're there. I think seeing famous people in LA, like when you ran up on, that was New York. What celebrity did you harass?
Alanis Morissette.
Yes.
I thought I knew her. I thought she was family.
Oh my gosh,
I hugged her and everything.
Love her.
Yeah, and then I said, oh, you're Alanis Morissette.
So does that go, does that counteract his point that I'm moving to Nevada to be more anonymous, in that you're going to stand out way more as the whale in a small pond?
But he's also moving because of his children, right? So his children aren't famous, and when they're in Nevada, people aren't like, oh, that's Mark Wahlberg's kids. They're just kids. He might be famous, but he's sacrificing his celebrity or his life for his kids, right? So I think it's a good move. He's also bringing a studio to Nevada, which is bringing a lot of attention, and people are going to know who his kids are, but it's not that pretentious Hollywood scene, and if you're this person's kid, you get special favors.
Was it weird to you that he said, I've only made a couple of movies in Hollywood?
No. I think a lot of movies are in Atlanta. They're
Chicago, Vancouver.
Tax credits.
But he does a lot of overseas stuff too, I'm sure. He's a big star, you know?
He's a big star.
Well, he's a A-lister. They don't.
A-list.
What are they going to shoot at the Grove? That was an inside joke.
The Grove is a popular mall in Hollywood.
Yeah, and they decorate it for Christmas and they play like Frank Sinatra.
Dude, except when they make
the best.
Snow.
It's the best off the roof.
Except
fake
it's
snow.
soap suds.
Who cares?
I love it.
It ruins a blowout.
You put stickers on Al's car.
We can't have Christmas this year because Sam's blowout.
Shout out to Destiny, gave me a good blowout
Talk
today.
about pretentious Hollywood.
Hey.
Let's celebrate Christmas. Ew, bubbles.
It's soap suds. Okay. Let's talk about Netflix. What would you sit through ads on Netflix in order to pay a little bit less every month? So Netflix just revealed a new plan for $6.99 a month that includes about 4 to 5 commercials per hour. Netflix says it has lost subscribers for the first time in more than a decade. Yeah, nobody wants to pay, like, what is it now?
$20 a month.
That's ridiculous.
$19.99 a month.
I know.
I gotta be honest, I don't know why this gives me a weird feeling, but the whole point of Netflix is to not have commercials. So, like, I don't think the reason people aren't, maybe it is money, it could be money, funny. But I also think, what's the last Netflix show other than Dahmer that's been a big hit? They've kind of been like struggling I've gone to Hulu, I've gone to Apple, I've gone to Prime, I've gone to a lot of other things. Severance, all those came up, and then Netflix is like, we'll give you ads. I think you just
Stranger Things. It just came out in.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of
What about Peaky
hits.
Blinders just came out again? What about the Anna Sorkin story
That's
just
what happens
came out?
when you say Netflix doesn't really have a lot.
No, because there was a huge thing with Bird Box and all that went out, and then I felt
like 5 years ago.
It's like 7.
That's embarrassing.
Stop living in the past, man.
Oh my God, I'm wearing this shirt.
I'd like to talk about King Kong now. No, I think we saw this originally with satellite radio. When it first came out, it was Sirius XM. I think it was just XM radio at that time. That was a big pitch. It's like there's no commercials. You can say whatever you want. And guess what they have now? Commercials. Because we are in a capitalist society, and that's the only way that you can make money. There's commercials during HGTV shows.
For some reason, everything that I own has commercials because I don't have subscriptions to like Pandora or Spotify. So I just wait till the commercials play.
It doesn't bother you?
No, I go on YouTube, not YouTube TV, YouTube all the time to put my kids' favorite shows that I don't want to purchase on Amazon Prime. We wait for the commercials.
Oh, that is an answer.
What's wrong with commercials?
I can't have. I'm sorry. With my streaming music, the commercials throw me off.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to music and I was painting last night, I don't want to hear an ad. Is that weird?
Or like a murder podcast where they're like, and then the murder came in. Get your Starbucks coffee. And you're like, whoa.
But you could save like $120 a year on just one subscription service if you let them have commercials.
Netflix is giving you options.
I feel like you'd be into that.
Yeah, but once you have it without commercials, you don't want to go back.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of thing. And then if you think, I got to cut my cable. Like, I have like so many subscriptions. I need to. I can tell you're not even interested in what I'm saying. Let's get out of here.
Oh my God, I was listening to Jody, our producer. So sorry.
See, I was right. I was right. You just looked at me and you're like.
So sorry that I'm listening to direction from our producer.
Well, I didn't know that. If I'm talking to Al and he's like, I'm not going to keep going.
I never did puh.
That's from a Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I know which one you're talking about.
Did the chef go?
The waiter?
Or did he go?
Yeah.
All right, we've off the rails now. Let's go.
Coming up on DBL, and I was trying to listen to Jeff.
Sure
but I'm not good at doing two things at once. Okay, the whole Jody excuse. I can't.
Happy Friday, Sammy. We love you.
Our interview with